I was learning more about you, and I got a flashback to a point in my life in 1991 where I took a road trip from Los Angeles, where I was working as an aerospace engineer, to MIT, where I was going to school in Boston. It was a 7-day road trip. And I went with 2 of my buddies, funny enough, my fraternity brothers, in one of their Camaros, and I had the autobiography of Malcolm X. And I was in the back seat. And there was no internet back then, or mobile phones. So I read that for 7 days.
Isn't it an incredible book?
I was captivated. And I would not only read it, and then I would tell the 2 guys what was happening in Malcolm's life. And I was really inspired by what he did. And he has this really well-known phrase, which is, by any means necessary.
Yes.
And I've been known to have some anger issues as a kid. And I remember you saying that you kind of respected Malcolm because he taught you that anger got things done. Is that a fair enough?
That's a completely fair assessment. And I think enough accolades cannot be heaped upon, his shoulders or his feet. Malcolm X, his book, I reread it, because I read it when I was 11, and I reread the autobiography a few months ago, actually.
Really?
And I was like, hello, friend. And it's just this beacon, this light, this... I think the world would be so different had he lived, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
I think the world would be a really different place. And I think there's also something that, very much for his time, like black men were not supposed to show anger. They were supposed to be deferential. And women are generally supposed to be deferential and not show anger. And I don't really believe in that. I think we can be whatever we want to at any moment we want to be, whatever we are. And I don't see why prescribed societal thought should dictate how we behave. And I don't think anything's ever been solved by sitting and thinking about it. Sometimes action needs to be taken. It doesn't make it fun. Being in the anger spot doesn't make it pleasant. It's not good for one's health. I mean, look what happened to Malcolm X, for God's sakes. But it does propel things.
It gets things done, and it's necessary in all of our lives.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that state of anger, but you need to be able to go there, not judge yourself for it, but allow it to happen and flow.
Exactly. And that was, when I wrote Brave, I was angry, but I was more interested in deprogramming a system that had done its damnedest to program me. And if it was programming me, who has a strong mind, what's it doing to other people?
And that's kind of what you like to talk about, is question the system, question what we're all doing, why we're doing it. You've talked about this like tapestry of your own, and pulling out and looking, what are the synthetic fibers and what are the natural fibers, and who are you and who is the program that's being run on you?
Exactly. I feel it's just incumbent upon us. We were talking earlier about how we look, like, is how you look, are you wearing a suit because you want to, or because you're supposed to, because you're going to a bank today, whatever it is it your choice? If it's your choice, cool, just make sure it's your choice. And I think people don't check in with themselves often enough. And really, one of the things I do is I make a list. I'll make a list of like beliefs and then subheadings, under that, like a belief system, and try to ferret out whether the belief is mine or whether it's been something that's been implanted into me. And if it's been implanted in me, then I can get rid of it.